If you've tracked calories before, it's likely that you're somewhat conscious of your macros. The problem with most programs or nutrition apps is that there's no way really to differentiate like whether you're going to work towards a calorie goal or a protein goal or an entire macro goal. And a lot of times we get consumed by I have to hit my macros that we lose sight of are we hitting our calories and are we hitting our protein? So again, we will get there. We will get there where we are going to also incorporate fats and carbs. This is going to be situational dependent, depending on if you're a high volume endurance athlete, or you're strength training, or you're just looking for weight loss. So again, we've already gone over by now. We're looking for calories, then our protein goal, then we're going to let our fats and carbs fall where they may. You should have already done that for the first 3 weeks. And so by now you have somewhat of a baseline of what on average your carbs and fats look like. For this week, all I want you to do is start to recognize patterns. Do you end up eating lower protein and so you just binge on carbs all day? Are you eating higher carbs because you're doing endurance? Are you doing higher carbs because all of a sudden you're more active than you've ever been? It's hard to like the best way to create a program for yourself. This will be true in any phase of life, or maybe 5 years from now if we're not working together and you want to achieve a new goal. Phasing things in is going to be a lot easier because it's going to be relevant to where you're at in this current phase of life. So again, we went with calories, then we went with protein. We kind of let the carbs and fats fall where they may for a little bit. I want you to continue to create awareness and see if there's any patterns on when we have higher fats or higher carbs. Like I said, are we eating a ton of carbs? Like maybe you went on a donut date with your kid before you took them to daycare, like I do frequently. If I don't have protein in that morning or before that and I have a donut, then I just want carbs the entire rest of the day. So a trend for me is if I don't prioritize protein in the morning, I end up eating more carbs throughout the entire day than I would have if I would have prioritized protein. These are trends. So when we think about planning ahead, it's something that I want to look out for. Like if it's Wednesday and Friday, I know that I take Bodhi to get a donut on our way to daycare. That's a commonality for me. Then I really want to make sure that I'm either having a protein shake or some eggs before we go get donuts. So that way, when I come back from the donuts and I'm ready for my work day, I'm not like, oh, what's the next carb? And I'm not in like fight or flight. I recognize that if I don't start my day with protein, it falls behind. So again, these are just, we're thinking about patterns. If you're tracking in my app directly and not through MyFitnessPal, you should be able to like write notes and create a food journal. So it's like at the end of the day, you can type things that you're seeing and reflections. It's going to make it a lot easier to progress moving forward when we're acknowledging and creating awareness around what we do. Nutrition and seeing long-term success is more than just hitting a calorie number. It's the habits and mindset, and emotions that are surrounded with our choices. So, this is all about, again, like adjusting our macros if we need to this week. But again, it's just more or less creating the awareness. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was batch cooking and meal prepping. Um, with a lot of times I hear, oh, calorie tracking is so time consuming, or I haven't been as consistent as I want because I forgot because my kid got sick or blah, blah, blah. But then I ask, okay, well, how long have you been struggling with your weight? Maybe it was like 10 years. It's like, how time consuming is that energy in your life versus the extra 5 minutes a day that it would take you to track? Um, it's often that by just doing the thing, it actually is less time consuming than not taking action and having it consume our thoughts all of the time. So if you're unhappy with where you're at or you want to improve, there's a reason that you're here. And so I encourage you, if you're feeling overwhelmed with tracking every day or the consistency of it, ask yourself how long you've wanted to maybe improve your body postpartum or achieve weight loss or increase performance. If it's a while, most likely while you're here, then it's going to be a lot less time consuming just doing the thing. Like spend 5 extra minutes a day. And maybe that's batch cooking and meal prepping. Batch cooking for me is I'm gonna put a bunch of chicken. We have two crock pots. I'm gonna put a bunch of chicken in one crock pot and some like chuck roast in another one. And on Monday, I have a ton of meat throughout the week. That's extra meat for me. It took 2 seconds. I batch cooked that. Meal prepping for me is not having 6,000 containers in the fridge filled with all of my meals for the week. Meal prepping for me is actually just planning ahead. And I like to eat pizza. I like burgers. I like tacos. I like all of the things that we think I can't eat that if I want to lose weight. For me, it's like if it's Wednesday and on Friday we want pizza, I'm going to on Wednesday go into my app. Friday night, I'm going to log a lot of pizza if I want to have like 5 slices. I don't know. And then I'll work my day backwards. So it's not like I need to cook all of the chicken, all of the carrots, all the veggies, all the rice, all of that on a Sunday. As a mom, sometimes it's a lot. I get it. So meal prepping can just be planning ahead. Like it's literally that simple. If if meal prepping and having it stocked in your fridge is going to set you up because maybe you're a teacher or you travel or you're in an office, I encourage you to do it. It's worth the time versus the cost of time not doing it and just having more years go by where we didn't achieve results because we couldn't just do the thing. Change is hard. We just have to do it. But if it's like you maybe on Sunday you go watch football games or something, whatever is constant in your routine, plan ahead, put it in the app, and work your day backwards. And I promise you, it will show you that you can still enjoy these experiences and see results. You're just prioritizing the things that you know you already do and you work backwards. So I hope this was helpful. It was a lot. Let me know if you have any questions, but this is honestly going to be the biggest time saver for you down the road, and setting you up for success.